Alright guys, here we are. This is the next day after the last video, and we went ahead and got the engine completely ready to go. You guys saw where we had the transmission apart, converted it to two-wheel drive, and got the super servo for 2 and 4 put in. Put a B-Sun shell in there. You know, got the 3600 stall put in. Of course, new filter kit. I changed the pan because I didn't like the way the other one had some rust on the bottom. And I already had several pans, so I just went ahead and put a new pan on it. So everything's good to go there. And of course, I put the board warner 3 to 4 pack in there. I put 9 clutches in there. And also the wideband. So this thing's gonna be, I'm gonna have to turn it down in the tune quite a bit because it's gonna be real grabby, but I'd rather have it that way than the other way. But anyway, we got everything bolted up, got all the wiring put back on, the compressor and all that. I'm probably about to go ahead and throw the crank balancer back on. That's pretty much it. We're just a couple minutes away from going ahead and dropping it back in the truck. Also, I'm gonna get some light right here because it's already dark outside, of course. But we went ahead and got the engine bay cleaned up and got everything on the frame painted black. Of course, you're not really gonna see it anyway once everything's installed, but we just wanted to get it cleaned up, get everything to where it's not going to be rusting. And once it's up inside the garage, after we get the engine in and everything, I'm going to actually clean up the subframe under the front. I know you guys saw that was pretty rusty too. And I'm going to go ahead and paint that black. Which that won't be too bad. I got some attachments for the grinder and a couple other things, you know, so I can knock that down real quick, get it cleaned up. But yeah, she's not too far out from being ready to start, to be honest with you, because once we get this thing stabbed in, I mean, it's just a matter of getting the headers put in. If you've worked on a Trailblazer or one of these Saab 97Xs or any of these before with a V8, you know it's kind of hard to get the passenger side header in. So I'm gonna have to, as we let the engine down, it's really best to just go ahead and slide that passenger header in as you set the engine down. And of course the driver's side, you go right in from the bottom and just slide it right up in there. It ain't nothing. But so we'll get that going, and it's just a matter of hooking up the wiring, putting the fluids in. I'm going to prime the oil system once it's in the truck. I didn't want to change the oil filter yet because sometimes it's easy to, you know, dent the bottom or something dropping the engine in, so it's still got the old oil filter on it right now. So once it's in place, you know, I'll change the oil filter. I'll go ahead and prime the oil system, and you know, just go ahead and put it all back together. So we'll switch over to some time lapse, and you guys can, you know, watch us go ahead and get the engine put in, and you know, we'll just go from there. She stabbed.
She sure is.
Dude, that is a nice drill.
This is from
this
is Ryobi.
Is that one that Lowe's carries? What's it called? Hitachi. That's a Hitachi.
Hitachi?
It's a little Hitachi tacks drill. Sure thing. Dude, excess power headers fit so freaking good. When you get most of the way in, all you gotta do is slide them in there. Start your front corner bolt, you know, on both sides, so they can still move around. And just go ahead and sit her down on the engine mounts. And you don't have to fight with them. They're all ready to go. And that thing clears. The clearance is excellent, man. Those junky ones in my truck, I had to beat them a little bit, but excess power, dude. That is some high quality
props
exhaust parts right there. Look how thick this flange is. I'm talking. That's like almost a half an inch. What is it, like 3/8?
That's a beefy bastard.
It is a lot thicker than normal, like way thicker than normal. They're very heavy. They got nice weight to them. I mean, compared to normal headers, dude, these things are very solid, very, very nice. Highly recommend them to anyone. Excess power is excellent headers. I like them already.
Take a look at this exhaust fitment. Pretty badass, I must say. It looks great. Looks freaking great. It's like it was almost made for this. Brandon, what were these headers again?
XS power.
Well, they get an excessively good grade from me because they look friggin' great. The fitment is perfect. Down here, up top, it's just beautiful. I love it. It's great. Definitely recommend this for sure.
Only the best.
Only the best for your LS. Okay, that's what we say here on Rev Hard Garage. We highly recommend these, don't we, Mr. Barlow?
Yes, absolutely.
That's right. So if you're doing a LS swap, or you're just looking for some headers for your LS, these are the ones to go with, guys. These are just beautiful. They look beautiful. Beautiful. Fitment is perfect. Perfect. Flanges is nice and thick. Just a really nice finish. It's just awesome, guys. Definitely recommend these. Excess Look at this two-wheel drive conversion. Quality. High quality conversion here at Rev Hard Garage. Look at that. Real nice. Real nice. Look at that. No more BS in the front. Wow. Weight savings. Sure thing. We like weight savings here at Rev Hard Garage. That thing was disgusting.
It was kind of like burning a piece of toast and then scraping the burnt part off.
I'll say that thing was disgusting. Do we have it? Where is it?
Oh, they're outside in the scrap pile.
Alright, well, he's going to have to show you that. But everything's real nice down here now. There's some salsa left, but it's not too bad. The cross member will be replaced in the future very shortly. This is just temporary. It is definitely the most crustiest salsa tortilla chip thing on this truck. But it's alright. I mean, it's not too bad in reality. It's really not that bad. I mean, look at the muffler. I was expecting a lot worse, but this ain't too bad actually. Even the rear axle is actually in pretty good shape, rust-wise. The one I swapped in my truck from a Buick right there that happened to be from Ohio as well. is way worse than this. This is like pretty good. I'm actually really surprised. It would seem that pretty much the most rust in this thing is just transmission cross member and front cross member, and just a the drive shafts. But other than that, it's straight. It's straight. But yeah, this cross member ain't staying here. This is just temporarily till we go to a pull apart, get another one, which will be easy.
That's much more better.
Mucho.
Oh yeah. Isn't that nice? And that worked out good. You see it? Oh, dude. That seems like a pretty good angle right there. Not really pulling in right there. Alright guys, working on getting the front end put back together. And so I got the electric fans. Again, these are some fans that I've used before on my truck. They're 14-inch Mishimoto fans and a custom shroud. Stock radiator. I'm actually planning on upgrading the radiator. Late spring. Right now it's winter time in Georgia. It basically just means it's not hot. So this radiator will be fine for a while. But sometime in the spring, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and order an aluminum radiator and get another set of the S480 Flex Light fans, because I really like those. They work great in my truck. So, and also at the same time, I'm likely to go ahead and do the LS1 pump conversion with the spacers, which actually, just in case some of you haven't seen it, I can actually show that to you right quick. Which this one's going to be a little bit harder to see because of the Pro Charger, but you can see the spacer kit in here. This one's a 3/4 inch spacer, LS1 style water pump, like off of F body, and you know, so the hose is in a little different place. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward swap. On the trucks, when you do the LS1 water pump upgrade, basically you're just going to get the water pump from an F body and the tensioner, because this tensioner doesn't fit that pump unless you modify it. So I mean, that's pretty much it. You get the spacer kit, the water pump, and you get the tensioner. The same belt fits, and all you got to do is find the radiator hose to fit. Which all I did is I just took a couple of old hoses that I had, and was able to cut them and make the shape that I needed. And I went to O'Reilly's, and they let me go in the back, and I just compared it to other hoses, and I found one that fit. So. And that wasn't really that big of a deal. So, and of course mine, I would give you the part number. Mine's going to be different probably because I have a universal 3-way radiator that I made brackets for, and so my neck's not at an angle. You know, my upper neck's probably more like over here and straight. So it's going to be a little bit different. The radiator that I'm getting for this truck, supposedly they can do an angled neck or a straight one. So when I do this radiator, I'm gonna get a straight neck. It'll just be a lot easier to get a hose for. But that's where I'm at right now. I got the everything on the engine's put together. The headers are put in. I just ordered some ends for making custom spark plug wires for this thing, and actually on number 2 I had to borrow one from my truck to stick in there, the double 45, and because the number 2 is pretty tight on here. So I got some heat socks coming and some ends to make the spark plug wire. So but right now, I mean, it can be started, and I can tune it and everything now, so it's not a big deal. So anyway, I'm pretty much down to putting in the transmission coolers and putting the body back together on the front, headlights, core support panels, and front bumper and all that stuff, AC lines. Only other thing I've got left is to wire up a couple of wires on the wideband. It's already ran under the truck. The gauge has been installed for a while, so all I got to do at this point is just hook the power and the ground up and run my data wire for my laptop. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna get to it. Got the time lapse going again, so let's get it done. I just made the first start. Now, this is kind of funny to me because I left the entire stock exhaust system in here, obviously from the Wi-Fi bed. And it's amazing to me how freaking quiet this thing is and how huge this cam is. Listen to this thing. And this is a big cam. I mean, you can hear it. It's just funny how quiet it is. Sounds good. I don't see any fluid leaking anywhere. And so far no engine light. Short turn's pulling about 3% roughly, so could dial it in a little bit better, but it's sounding pretty good. 46005 is listed as a 135 degree spark plug boot. It's actually the same as a 45 degree. And also on the coil side, a Taylor 46069 is going to be the part number for these boots that go on the coils. And then whatever wire you want to get. I just ordered some MSD, the little 6-foot roll of wire for this project. I'm going to push this in. And you can actually see it land right there perfectly. It's on the inside straight. You can look down in the tube. I know you can't see it on camera, but as you're putting these together, you can look down in the tube and you can see that it's straight and it's in the right spot. And there is a custom Taylor MSD spark plug wire. Here's where the stock wire sits, and I just had them in there temporarily to you know, start it, run the tune on it and stuff. But you can see how they're hitting. Now look at the 45 end that I just made. Look how much clearance that is. And you can't put a 90 in there, you know, because it won't clear the flange. So, you know, you're gonna need to get these 135 degree ends. Straight ends are a bad idea. Now I know some companies make 45s, but as far as I know, it's only those ceramic wires. And this is significantly cheaper. This is probably about half the cost. And if you buy the wire in bulk and you use it a lot, you know, you're really only looking at the cost of the ends. And if you've got a decent set of spark plug wires and you know, you can cut your current end off and you got enough length to put the new end on there, you're only looking at about $15. So it just depends on your situation. But I just wanted to show you guys how much clearance. And you can see on the header right up under that 45 where the stock wire was touching even on that one, just the same way this one was. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how much clearance there is there. I mean, it's great. To get yourself a line and cut it and make 8 boots, and you can see from the fold how long it's going to be. And so basically it's gonna pretty much come down to that 45 right there, because that's going to be the end of the spark plug, you know. So that's going to give you plenty of protection to clear the headers. So if you cut that in half, you got yourself 8 aluminum. These are basically the exact same as the DEI heat wrap stuff. You know, it's got the aluminum on the outside, and I mean, these are actually pretty thick. Some of them almost feel kind of like an aluminized fabric or something, which I guess technically this is, but this is thick enough that you can actually bend it and it'll hold its shape. So they're pretty heavy duty. They're $9.99. I mean, you can't beat that. And in my opinion, these are a lot better than the regular cloth style ones, like the lava boots or some of the others. So anyway, for $9.99, you can basically have 8 spark plug boot protectors, or as they call them, plug wire sheaths. And I mean, you just can't beat it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these in half. Just put one on every boot and just stick them on there.